Jay is an ordinary teenage girl who starts dating a guy she recently met. Things are going pretty well, and innocently enough, she decides to take the next step and sleep with him for the first time, but his intentions are not quite as innocent. Through the act of intercourse, he passes along a deadly curse. It can manifest as a total stranger or as someone she loves, and it will never stop creeping towards her until she either passes it along or it kills her. It Follows is a horror film by David Robert Mitchell, a fairly new director who went on to make Under the Silver Lake. It's composed by Disasterpiece, who had previously created the music for the video game Fez. The combination of their artistic talents gives us an extremely stylish and dreamlike atmosphere, while also being uniquely and effectively disturbing. It Follows is smart, entertaining, and wholly original. It's one of my favorite horror movies of the last 10 years. I mentioned before that this movie has a very dreamlike quality. It has a deliberately slow pace, letting you soak in the ambience of this world, which has odd touches of the past blended into modern day. The movie relies almost entirely on atmosphere instead of dialogue to convey what the characters are going through. Jay, along with her friends, are mostly soft-spoken and generally likable. When she meets up with her date to go to the theater, the movie cleverly develops these characters with a game to see if they can guess which stranger they'd like to trade lives with. You get a glimpse into the hopelessness that he feels, and when he spots a stranger that she can't see, his immediate dread is unnerving. After they leave, the camera focuses on the background. Someone is heading towards them. You can only assume it's a creeping threat. On the date that follows, they have sex, and Jay has one final moment of quiet contentment, unaware that her life as she knows it has already ended. When Jay comes to, she's awakened to the horrifying reality of her situation, even though she doesn't understand it yet. The introduction of the monster is extremely effective. He lays down the rules of survival while taking extra care to keep her at a safe distance. He desperately needs her to believe the danger she's in, as irrational as it seems. But it is real. It continues to follow her, and every sense of safety is now stripped away. The cinematography is extremely effective, oftentimes zooming towards a dangerous area or circling around scanning for a potential threat. The monster could come from anywhere, from any person, from any direction. The movie totally immerses you in her situation, and with so many moments of quiet tension, you can't help but consider what you would do in her position. The movie explores several of those ideas by showing you how someone would create multiple exits and alarms in their hideout. You see them attempt to trap and kill the monster, but it's often unpredictable and seemingly unstoppable. Some horror movies would try to explain the monster, to give it an origin, but oftentimes the more disturbing aspects in movies are the ones you can't explain or understand. That fear and the mystery of the unknown is sometimes what separates something scary from being stupid. I wish I could leave it at that, but I do have some issues. I thought most of it was effective, but some moments come off pretty silly or unintentionally funny, and it'll probably range from person to person. I also think it loses a bit of its momentum by the third act. There are certain scenes that serve no purpose but to repeat information you already have. It's necessary by design, but I think the script could have used a little more variety. There's a handful of ways you can interpret the movie, and there's some obvious symbolism, but this movie never comes off as preachy or profound. Its only focus is on terrifying you, on getting under your skin. It's a movie you'll think about after it's ended, not because it's deep, but because it's unsettling. It'll stick with you, lurking in the back of your mind. You might even say, it follows.